Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Liam. Look what I got here. The Last Legend. This is the last evolution of the Starlight-12 series, so let's talk about it. Is there quality issues? Let's find out. Alright, guys, so here we are. We finally got our hands on the Last Legend. Now, this is a small version. I just want to let you guys know, for transparency, that I've owned every single iteration of this mouse, small and medium size. I'm going to be going over the small today. Reason is I normally prefer to use a small, so I have a lot more experience with testing it out, using it out there in the field, gaming and stuff like that. So strictly going to stick to that, but everything I speak about today is pretty much it goes both ways. It goes for the small and the medium. The only real differences that I personally have ever noticed with the medium sizes is the smaller sizes, in my opinion, they feel a little bit more solid, a little bit tighter together. I would think it was my Phantom series or something like that, where I actually had a lot of creaking issues that I had to fix. But aside from that, like I said, both similar. They both use obviously the same internals and stuff like that. But again, we're just going to be comparing the smalls today. So the box work right here for the Last Legend looks incredible as always. I know that there's a lot of people out there that feel certain ways about Finalmouse, but regardless of your feelings about them, I love what they're doing to the gaming industry. They're shaking up the mouse industry. They're constantly pushing the limits, innovating, and causing other companies to catch up. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and go over a detailed review about this mouse, the last version, and yeah, we'll get started. So I got this mouse yesterday, so I haven't had a lot of time to game on it, but I did make sure that I gamed all night with it. Like I said, obviously I had the very first version of this mouse right here. I opted for the white version. I believe it was a Zeus. Excuse me, my memory's kind of chalking me right now. But yeah, I played a lot with this mouse, and I've been through all the emotions. When I first got this mouse, I was like over the moon excited about it. And I got let me see, the medium right here. I got the gold version of the medium. And then, like I said, ultimately I tested both of them out. I feel like the medium's more comfortable for my hand style, but for whatever reason, I perform just way better on the smaller version. Easier to get flick shots, track with this. Like I said, I just end up sticking with this one throughout all the iterations of it. So, and I like, again, I've owned the mediums of all these, as I mentioned earlier, and have tested all of them out severely. So let me kind of walk you guys through the problems that I've had. And again, I'm not necessarily trying to shadow any bad light or anything like that. I just want to let you guys know what the experience I had, and where they've got to the point today. So how they are here. So as you can see right off the bat with the latest version, let me see here. So one of the big things people complained about was that the wheel was kind of off-centered. So that was actually an issue with all the versions up until the 10s. I don't remember seeing too much online about people talking about this 10s with the center wheel, but it's off very slightly. It's not even really noticeable, but I think they pretty much mostly fixed the issue with this. So issues that I've had. For the first version, what I did is they had different switches in here that were just kind of tough to push. And you can see I kind of centered the wheel on this one, but I completely modded this out. And I modded out for a couple of reasons. Number one was through all the versions I've had, especially even the 10s, and I'll show you guys this here in a second, but I've had issues with the scroll wheels. So something with and in case you guys are wondering, if you are having that, if you notice like a clicking or a grinding in your scroll wheel, that has nothing to do with anything else than the encoder. So unfortunately, it's been plagued with bad encoders. So what I've actually done is I've modded all these mice. I left the 10s. The 10s is the only one that I've left that's stock, that came like it is. But all of these, I opened them up. This one, I replaced the switches on it. I believe I did blue shell, white dots. And give you a little test here. I'm going to take it out of frame. Just clicks on that. And scroll wheel, I got the Khalil red in there. It's nice and buttery smooth, no issues with it. So I actually love this mouse. The only real issue that I was plagued with this mouse, because I started maining it immediately when I got it, I was so excited to get this mouse because of the weight, the innovation, the way it felt, stuff like that. I love the shape on these, to be honest with you. The small, as I've mentioned before, is just a little too narrow for me. If I could change anything about this shape, I would have it be just a little bit wider, especially in the back. I'd want the back to flare out wider. That way it can make my pinky a little more comfortable. If you could see here on my grip, my fingers line up pretty flat over here on the side. I'd like it if I can have my pinky out like that to feel a little bit more comfortable. But aside from that, yeah, everything was perfect, like I said, and except for I had major issues with the wireless when I first got this. I don't know if it's just because I have a ton of mice, I had a bunch of mice plugged in or what, but I was constantly like, just tracking never felt right on this mouse. So luckily awesomely they've released firmware updates throughout the days, and it's made the mouse tremendously better. So I'll go ahead and just I guess we'll stop talking about all the previous issues I had, stuff like that, and we'll get skip forward to the new version of the Last Legend. So as you can see, my copy is flawless. I'm blown away. The number one thing that I was worried about with this was the scroll wheel. So again, it's plagued almost all my mice except for this one. They finally fixed the issue. And what I'll actually do here is I'm going to drop a video right now. I'm going to show you so you can clearly hear what I'm talking about, the grinding issues and stuff like that, in the comparison between this one and the 10's version. So as you can clearly see there, they've cleared up the issue, and as far as I can tell, again, I've only used this mouse for about 24 hours. I'll report to you guys if anything changes, but this mouse is finally flawless, and honestly, it just feels incredible. So I was blown away. When I got it, I don't believe that it had the latest firmware on it. So if you're unaware of how to do that, what you need to do is you actually need to go into Finalmouse's Discord, and I don't remember exactly where, but I think that they have a firmware tab or something like that. But you just get it, download it, and updating the firmware on this mouse is incredibly easy. All you do is open it up and plug it in, and it kind of guides you through the rest. So again, I did have to update the firmware on it when I got it, but I played with it all night, and I'm glad to say that it performed absolutely flawless. I'm actually incredibly blown away with the quality of this mouse. There's absolutely no creaking. The buttons all feel flawless. Again, scroll wheel's incredible. No problems at all with the wireless, the latency on it, anything. Tracking, flick shots, everything were all spot on. So I'm really excited to see where they're gonna go in the future. Final Boy's been teasing about a carbon glass mouse coming out. Supposed to weigh incredibly low. They're gonna be standard 4K, which I'm super excited about. And I just hope that when they bring the new mouse in, that they bring the track record that they have with these mice, because like I said, a little bit of a choppy start in the beginning, no issues, like, happens to can happen to any company. The good news is that they've improved, they've worked through it, so that's awesome. I commend them for that. That's great. And again, if the new mouse that comes out is going to be 4K, I think they're saying something like, excuse me if I'm wrong, 29 grams off the top of my memory, 30 grams, somewhere around there. Could be 39, but yeah, I saw something insane like that. Either way, it's going to be incredible. And then, yeah, if they can have 4K, great reception with their wireless technology, stuff like that, I think they're just absolutely going to knock it out of the park and destroy everything. So I would like to see them get rid of the holes on the side of the mouse if they could, but probably not, because they always got to go maxed out. Light as weight as possible, stuff like that, which is cool. Again, they did actually, the Infinity skins do come with this. I don't really want to go over the unboxing details or anything like that, because I'm sure there's gonna be a million other reviewers talking about stuff like that. I just kind of want to go over my in-depth personal experience actually using the mouse, where they've come through my experience, and my knowledge using the mouse the best I can to help you guys decide whether or not it's gonna be a good mouse for you. I guess let's go ahead and wrap it up there. There's not really much other things I need to say, because I mean, at this point, this is a pretty familiar shape. You guys know what you're getting out of the box. Nothing else has changed other than the quality issues from the previous examples. So yeah, so we're going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try and bring you as much content as possible. Again, I try and bring things from a little bit of a different perspective than everybody else. I don't just want to like go over unboxings or, just like basic stuff like that. I want to like go as in-depth as possible, talk about my experience with shapes, try and compare shapes the best I can with you guys to other mice on the market that are in a similar category. That way I can best help you decide. I try and stay as neutral as I can in these videos, just because at the end of the day, everybody's gonna have their own opinion, and I want to find out what's gonna work best for you. So if you have any ideas, suggestions, anything else you guys want to bring up to me that I can possibly do in the future to help you out or assist you with this, please let me know. I'd love to help, and thank you guys for watching. Take care. Till next time.